Slim shady indeed. Hey guys, it's Phoebe. Welcome to WatchMojo. Today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Eminem feuds. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. We're taking a look at the fiercest and most publicized feuds between Eminem and other celebrities. We will not be including his mother, however, despite their interesting relationship. Let's get to the list. Number 10, Christina Aguilera. Eminem's hate for Christina Aguilera goes back a long way. The feud started when Christina Aguilera put M on blast for marrying Kim, the same woman he raps about murdering in the song Kim. M fired back on the real Slim Shady, insinuating that Christina had had oral sex with Carson Daly and Fred Durst, and that she'd given him an STD.
For whatever reason, he has such animosity, it seems, towards me. I don't know why.
Christina called his disses disgusting and untrue, and the feud seemed to die out. But in late 2018, M released a freestyle in which he rapped about touching her massive breasts and having sex with her using a plastic spoon. Christina fired back on Andy Cohen, telling him to get a new gig.
It's not nice to go after anybody, especially a female, and in this business, and now what we're looking at and seeing and things that are coming to the forefront, it's just, get a new gig, have something else to talk about.
Number 9, George Bush. It's pretty safe to say that M was not a fan of George Bush's policies. There were various not-so-subtle clues littered throughout his songs, including Square Dance, where he states his intention to ambush the Bush administration, and mush the Senate's face. Things got a little more obvious in the protest song Mosh, where M encouraged his fans to rebel and stomp, shove, and mush Bush. Eminem was even investigated by the Secret Service thanks to his line, "I'd rather see the president dead," in the song We as Americans. This reportedly happened again after Eminem famously dissed Donald Trump at the 2017 BET Awards.
And any fan of mine who's a supporter of his, I'm drawing in the sand a line. You're either for or against.
Number 8, Everlast. In 1999, Eminem ignored the House of Pain's Everlast backstage at a concert, kicking off a feud of epic proportions. Everlast wrote a few sly bars referencing Eminem and his daughter Haley, and if there's one thing M hates, it's mentioning Haley. M launched an all-out attack with the diss track I Remember, targeting Everlast's age and heart attack. He rapped that he was laughing when he heard the news, and just wished the cardiac would've murdered you. Everlast released a diss track of his own, titled Whitey's Revenge, which spawned yet another song from M called Quitter. It looked like things were headed toward physical blows before the feud just kind of fizzled out.
The only thing he can do is try to take personal shots, like your daughter, your little girl, that's all I can do because I'm fat and I'm old and I can't rhyme anymore.
Number 7, Moby. This one probably didn't go the way Eminem was hoping. At the 2001 Grammys, Moby accused M of misogyny, homophobia, racism, and anti-Semitism. In response, Eminem singled Moby out in Without Me, calling him old and irrelevant, and suggesting that his protege Obi Trice would stomp him. Things got super awkward at the 2002 VMAs, where M called out the little Moby girl and threatened to hit him.
Keep going, little girl. I will hit a man with glasses.
It produced a chorus of boos, and M had to practically shout the rest of his acceptance speech. Meanwhile, Moby took it all in stride, wondering why Eminem was using homophobic slurs, while also telling Moby to blow him. Number 6, Cannabis. In the late 90s, Cannabis was in the midst of an intense rivalry with LL Cool J, and rumor had it that Eminem had written LL's diss track against him, The Ripper Strikes Back. Although Eminem denied it, Cannabis went on the offensive. He resurrected the character Stan and took shots at M in his album C, True Hollywood Stories.
And a bitch don't want no beef with Slim, no! Not even on my radar!
M shot back in songs like Square Dance and Exhibit's My Name, where he called Cannabis a bitch in a can. But the true fire came with the diss track Can I Bitch, where he mocks Cannabis's low album sales, rapping, "I think it went lead or double copper wood." Number 5, Benzino. The groundwork for this feud was laid back in 2000, when The Source gave the Marshall Mathers LP a measly 2 out of 5. Fast forward a few years, and Eminem and Source co-founder Benzino are in a war of words, with Benzino threatening Eminem's daughter in the diss track Die Another Day, and Eminem clapping back with Nail in the Coffin and The Sauce. Things escalated when Benzino used The Source to release an old racist song of Eminem's called Foolish Pride. M was forced to apologize, blaming the racism on ignorance and a bad breakup. He sued the source for defamation, but his claims were dismissed in federal court. Benzino has since apologized, and honestly it seems like everyone came out worse from this one. Number 4. Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon. According to Eminem, he and Mariah Carey dated back in 2001. But Mariah has always denied the claim, and her song Clown was widely interpreted as a clapback. In response, Eminem made a gag on his anger management tour, playing Carey's alleged voicemails and pretending to vomit. He then released Bagpipes from Baghdad, dissing both Mariah and her new husband Nick Cannon. Mariah shot back with her song Obsessed, complete with a music video featuring an Eminem lookalike stalking her. Nick wrote a blog post warning M about possible repercussions, and the two exchanged diss tracks before the feud abruptly came to an end. Number 3. Insane Clown Posse. It all started with a flyer. Back in the 90s, Eminem falsely advertised that Insane Clown Posse would appear at his record release party. Violent J of ICP wasn't happy about the name drop and told Eminem, hell no. M retaliated with jabs at ICP in tracks such as Get You Mad and Till Hell Freezes Over. ICP bounced back with the diss track Slim Anus, and believe it or not, it only got more juvenile from there, with both parties making blow-up dolls of each other. It all culminated in M brandishing a gun at an ICP associate, for which he received a year of probation. Luckily, the beef was eventually settled over a bowling game. Nope, we're not making that up.
You know what I'm saying? That's like, beefing with somebody in high school and going to your 20th high school reunion, you're still gonna have heat with that kid,
Number 2. Machine Gun Kelly. It was one of the music rivalries of 2018. Back in 2012, Kelly tweeted that Eminem's 16-year-old daughter was hot, then claimed that Eminem had subsequently banned him from radio station Shade 45. In response, Eminem dissed Kelly on the track Not Alike, and Kelly clapped back with Rap Devil, which quickly went viral. It included shots at Eminem's age and the grand insult that his beard was weird. M's response, the famous kill shot, eviscerated Kelly and broke YouTube records. Kelly certainly hasn't forgiven him, tweeting that Eminem's refusal to perform the song at a Brisbane concert was just to avoid putting fans to sleep. If you didn't think these feuds could get any spicier, wait for our number 1 entry. But before we get to that, here are some honorable mentions.
I could sit next to Carson Daly and Fred Durst and hear them argue over who she gave to first.
I heard the rainstorms ain't nothing to mess with, but I can't feel a drip on the strip. It's a trip. Ladies have dress full of your quip, and they be screaming out.
Number 1. Ja Rule. This intense rivalry started when Eminem signed 50 Cent to Shady Records. 50 and Ja were beefing, and Ja wasn't happy that M signed his rival. The typical back and forth followed until Ja crossed the line by suggesting that Eminem's then 7-year-old daughter Haley would grow up to be a crackhead and a slut. M absolutely annihilated Ja with his response diss track Do Re Mi, Haley's Revenge, which together with 50 Cent's track Back Down left Ja Rule reeling. M morosely reflected on his victory in Like Toy Soldiers, regretting the energy he put into it. But at least we still have the music. All of these feuds beg the question, is it really possible to come back after a quintessential Eminem diss track? Who knows? Let us know what you thought of the list in the comments, and check out this video.